Just a pop of color in the back side yard. I got those potters, aka planters, back into this metal grate thingy. I don't know what it is. I think it might have, you have it near your fireplace and you would put wood in it, I think is what it was used for, but I use it as garden decor. I found a new spot to put my solar light. The pole that it was on broke, so I just have the top of it, but I don't want to throw it out. I just repurpose it. I love making progress on my garden, even if it's just little bits, every day, working on it, planting new flowers, doing a little weeding, moving things around, sharing my plants. Whatever it is I'm doing, it just makes me so happy as a gardener. And I have a pretty small garden. But between the flowers and the veggies, I really enjoy it. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. I'm thinking about trying to add more purple to my garden. That might be another segment. I have a little bit of purple, as you can see. But I do want to go back to a garden center and get some more flowers. It rained pretty hard last night and there's just lots of crud all around. Got to clean that all up. But what I want to do this morning is I bought these green onions at the grocery store, and of course they come with their little bulbs at the bottom and even a little bit of root starting. I threw them in this glass, put them up in a sunny window in my kitchen, and they grew a little bit better. Now these parts I will cut off, but for now I am going to plant them in my herb garden here. This one survived the winter and it is growing like crazy. I cut off parts that were like dead looking, so I just need to make some holes and put these new ones in, and then I'll have green onions for the rest of the summer. I am basically just making a hole with my tool here, and then I'm just going to stick the onion right down in there and push some of the dirt. Oh, I covered up the camera, sorry. Let's just make the holes, and then I'll just put the onions in there. I'm not sure how many I have, so I'm making 4 more holes, and we'll see if I have to make any more. I think there's more than 4 in here. Down in it goes. This is so easy. Down in it goes. Oh, yeah, there's 5, so I need to make 1 more hole. Oh, actually there's 6. Oh, I need to make 2 more holes. All right, I'll make another hole right here. My chives aren't gonna mind. Oh, there's some roots in there. And 1 right over here. I love this, like, it's almost like forever gardening. You can even keep this in a glass of water, keep snipping from them, and they'll just keep growing, and you can just keep doing that for months on end. I'm going to put these outside, as you can see, and I just need to make them stable and then let them grow. I also had this glass on my window shelf or window pane, whatever you want to call it, all winter. As you can see, it's all green. It's got lots of roots, and this grew really long and tall. It's a collie, And you're thinking, what about all the leaves that fell off of it there? That's fine. They actually grow back. Once I get it in the soil, it'll sprout all kinds of leaves. Now, some of these other plants I have in here, they were cuttings that I took off of other plants. I'm not sure if they're going to grow or not, but I'm going to plant them anyways. All those roots were tangled together. There's no way for me to separate them. So this is gardening gone awry. I put them in there, threw the rest of the water on them, and we'll see what happens. It rained really hard last night for a while, and it's going to rain again today. So this is a perfect time for me to move these zebra irises over a bit. And looky there, it's a little baby pine tree. Get those all the time because of the giant pine trees right here. Okay, I dug them out from over here and just moved them a little bit to the right. They're all in their new home. I'm not going to water them right away. The ground is pretty wet, saturated, and it's going to rain again today. If for some reason it doesn't rain, then yes, I will be back out here to water it, because you always have to water plants if you transplant them. I am going to go to Goodwill soon, but my coworker insisted on a walk. So I'm going to take baby Lola. She's not a baby. She's like 3. She'll be 4 years old this fall. What's so interesting, honey? She's been sniffing at this grass for a bit. Are we going for a walk? Okay, let's go. My rhododendron is finally blooming. It doesn't get the really big blooms on it that I've seen on other rhododendrons. When I first, let me just show you these down here. When I first moved in, this was a sad sight. It had a lot of dead branches on it. It had been neglected for years. So of course I trimmed it back, and then I started pouring my coffee grounds out on it because it needs acid. They love acid. Just like an azalea would, rhododendrons love acidic soil. So I started pouring my coffee grounds on it to help give it some nutrition. And of course, watering it in between raining helps. And it has started to bloom over the years. The first year, I think it was like 1 or 2 blooms. Now the whole thing looks like it's going to bloom. Some more buds over here. The robins keep trying to build a nest up in the tree, and they're not successful because every time they try to build it with sticks and mud, it ends up down on the ground. I just swept all of this up, which is from their attempts to build their nest. I'm gonna put this all in my compost bucket, recycling. They'll probably get some of it back out again and try again, but it's really bugging me now. My coworker decided it's better just to lay down in the grass and sun yourself. Right, Lola? Are you helping me to garden? You checking it out? How's it doing? How's that basil? I added a tomato hoop to my patio tomatoes. I need to do the ones in my raised beds. But before I get to those, do you see that hoop back there? Barely. But I'm bringing a second hoop with me because there's another baby tomato plant. These are going to be cherry tomatoes. I believe they're cherry tomatoes. It fell off of the plant from last year and planted themselves. So I'm not going to pull them out. The ones on that side of the fence I did pull out, but these I'm going to keep. Lola, you're my supervisor. I see you got up on the chair to help me with this next project. I'm going to put some more of the flowers that I have left over into this planter, and then we'll see where the rest of these fit in. This is rock hard from being in the garage all winter. Just break this up a bit. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of these solar lights right in the middle and then put the flowers around it. I put a solar light up here and it works perfectly. Gardening is such an adventure. You're always having to change and figure out what you're going to do next. I still have a lot of flowers left over. Lola's still supervising over there. So I grabbed this pot out of my garage, and apparently I had my basil in it last year, and creeping Jenny that survived the winter, never being watered for about six months or more. There's a whole bunch of strands. I'm not sure about that one making it. There's also cobwebs in here. I gotta pull out these dead plants and then I'll put in the flowers. Always be aware of anything moving. That is a spider that just scared me. He seems to be more afraid of me than I am of it. I don't know what kind of spider that is though, so that also scares me. He's under there. Okay, I'm going to stop filming. I'm going to try to plant the rest of the flowers in the planter though, and not disturb him. Okay, the spider put his back end up, spun a web that just one little tiny string, and now it's climbing. It's going to get away. It's climbing the whole way over to my table and the whole way up to my umbrella. So now it got away. I am so happy that spider got away. At first I was like, why does it have its like back end up in the air? And then I could see it shooting out the web. It let the breeze take it and it connected, and that's how he just got away. So efficient. Just like Spider-Man. I was able to get the rest of the flowers all planted in there. You know, I think I want this one to be more that way. So I wanted to do pink, white, pink, pink, white, pink. It does make pinks right there. This is too close too. It needs to be over there more. And then I have the red begonias in the middle. So these are all Vincas, and then the creeping Jenny. And I can always get more out of the yard and put more in there if I want to. I just need to water this and put it in place. Thank you for watching.